Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. I hope you're well. My name is Nick and it's Friday, isn't it? It's Friday. We've got to the end of the week. It's very tricky times at the moment as we all know, but one week at a time, and the channel is always about trying to beat stress, which has been heightened a little bit through lockdown. So hopefully I'm doing a bit of a good job. You always, as a channel creator, you're always going to get periods where you think, am I doing okay, am I not doing okay, I'm doing great, I'm rubbish, and all those sort of things. But you get peaks and troughs there. But yeah, we'll keep moving on, and I'm quite happy how things are going. So let's have a little bit of a catch up. I hope you are well. Now the main thing is, my hair had been growing very long because hairdressers are shut, of course, and we don't think it's going to change until March. But I did buzz my hair, and a rare moment I'm going to take my hat off, although I did put a picture on Twitter. But there we go, rare video with my hat off. It's not the best haircut in the world, but I buzzed it on I don't know what number the buzz was, but it was a 12mm it said, and I was prepared to go shorter. I don't know if I can go much shorter than this because I'm quite slim and it doesn't look overly healthy the shorter I am. But yeah, I think I've gotten away with it up until a point where, because you've been forced to do the haircut, I think I'm quite confident now with doing this manually every, like, I don't know, every 3 weeks or so. And I think I'm going to save money long term on haircuts. So apologies to my hairdresser, but yeah, that's fine. I mean, I've had this week off, so I waited till I had a week off before I attempted it in case it went seriously wrong. I had to go to work the next day, which wouldn't have been great because you know, I'm a key worker, work in a supermarket part time, and I'm customer facing with crazy hair. That wouldn't have gone down very well. But I'm quite confident now. Once every 2 to 3 weeks, I'll buzz it there, and it's never going to go long again. It's a bit weird when your hair goes long as a bloke, because there's that uncomfortable bit where the hair gets like on top of your ears and you think, oh, this is really long. But as soon as it goes past the ears, it seems to be acceptable, and then you can leave it for a few a month or so then. But I was getting annoyed. I didn't like grabbing long bits of hair. So yeah, I buzzed it. So it's a lot colder when I go out, but fine. Now, as you notice, we're inside again, which probably means we're going to be inside for a few weeks until things get a little bit lighter in March. People always say now, Nick, you're allowed to go for a walk of fresh air. Why are you doing these inside? Well, I mentioned it before, but you haven't seen those. It's a bit of a grey area. Arguably, when I go for a walk, it is just a walk. If I'm taking a camera with me, camera would be regarded as work, like doing a video log, and someone could say, look, lives are at risk here, you should do a video log at home, which I can see. I don't think I'd be in trouble by taking a camera and filming, editing things together, but if someone reported me from watching this video or a live, more likely from watching the video, there could be action against me and I could get a fine, and I couldn't afford, because things are so well, they're not financially comfortable, but I'm doing okay thanks to you lot, just about, and I couldn't get a £200 fine. Now just get to bear that in. I think they give you a warning first of all, but that takes me to a story really you might have heard about. You are hearing about the odd fines that's dotting here and there. Some seem to be unfair, a bit harsh, and some seem to be justified. There's a story from St Helens in Haydock, I think that's situated near Liverpool. A teenager, aged 16 years old, was meeting up with his friends in a park. It's a bit of a gathering. The police come along and gave them a verbal warning. They said, they didn't find them straight away. They said, there's a verbal warning, please don't do that. The 16-year-old ignored that advice and went back later to try and meet up with his friends, and the police then had no option to do a fine. But here's the kicker, because the person's only 16 years old. They're given a £200 fine, and that money has to be found by their parents. And that's absolutely crazy. I mean, it's reckless, isn't it? I'm glad these fines are going about. It's not like a £1,000 fine, £200, which is, well, huge, depending on where you are financially. Some people think it's not a problem. Like Rita Ora had a massive party and got fined. She probably factored that into the party. But you got to take some responsibility. This virus is mutating, going out of control. And there's different strains of the virus, and the vaccine's not as effective as you'd hoped, but it's still better than nothing. It still covers a lot of the strains, but you know, you've got to be sensible. Meeting up in a park in a big gathering is not doing very well. I mentioned last week there was fines for a snowball fight that happened in Leeds, mass organised, and you know, fines has got to be a deterrent. If £200 fines and £1,000 fine is not deterring people, then I don't know where we can go then. So let me know what you think about that. I've had a haircut and people are getting fined. So let's have a look about what's been happening on the channel this week. You might have watched one video, you might have not. You might have watched all of them, and you might just dip in and out. Or this might be the first video you've watched this week. But the live streaming has been going on. I generally do a ZX Spectrum live stream for a couple of hours and Commodore Amiga. But meaning to do this for a couple of weeks, and we did the first week. It's all been archived if you missed any of these. The first week of a blundering series on Thursday, and it was Brutal Football on the Commodore Amiga. I think it's by Millennium in 1993 or 1994. It's a similar idea to Speedball 2, but it works in a very, very different way. It's like horizontal scrolling, and I was tempted to do Division 4. These streams are shorter than the normal 2-hour streams we do, so I aim to do about an hour to an hour and a half. And it was great fun. There's fewer people in there than the main streams, but have a look at that. And what's making the streams a little bit easier, thanks to you lot and the donations on the channel, because I do put it back in if you're ever wondering what happens to the money. I'm not off jet skiing in the Bahamas or anything. I've recently bought a second monitor for the live streams. I had two monitors before. One was high res and one was low res. On the low res one I couldn't fit too much stuff on, and it was a bit squishy. I couldn't see the whole chat box, so it makes it a bit slow for me to do it, because I try and think of all the windows that are needed on there. I try and go through them. There's the streaming software I use called OBS. There's the chat box. And there's the facility that does the countdown timer. I don't know if you've ever been on a stream before it's actually started. You see a countdown timer go. So I've got a facility that does that. I've got the webcam. I've got the emulation device that's doing that particular game, and also got YouTube stats too. So there's a lot of windows there. I might have even missed one out there. There's a lot of windows doing a lot of different things. Now I sort of like got them spaced apart. So thank you there. What I'm going to do after this stream also, because on the blundering I was using a PlayStation controller. For some reason, following a Windows update, it keeps cutting out every now and again, which is no good if you're in the middle of a match. I'm going to get a joystick as well. I'm just about to do it. So thank you for the members, and thank you for the super chats that are coming in, because it's always a bit precarious with my part-time job. Ideally I need a few more hours or a surprise promotion, but it's happened before. I've gone full-time, got more hours, and I struggled to do this. And my real love, when you look at it, my real love is this. Even to a point where I was doing super full-time before, and I just couldn't let this go. I kept wanting to do this, and people said they wanted the videos, so that's what we're doing. It's a bit of a precarious, bit of a risky choice, and some would say insane with the amount of competition there, but I think we can do it. It's got gradual progress, and thank you. We'll keep the live streams going. Having said that as well, there may be, I want to do it there, but you know, you get energy crashes when you do too much, but I want to do it. So watch to see if it gets scheduled or not. A live stream on Sunday, maybe 3-4 hours. It'd be like a pub stream there, where you got like pub games like pool, the arcade trivia game we did on another live stream on the ZX Spectrum, and maybe a few other ones as well, some darts games, stuff like that. That Bruce Forsyth game might come in. So yeah, thank you. Looking at the videos we've had this week, the recorded stuff that's gone up, it was an interesting game. I did like looking at Flip Flap, which was a pinball game. I thought I'd covered all the pinball games, and then I come up to this one. 20 tables, although you can't access them all straight away. You have to do a qualifier. I would have liked it so you can just pick and choose any one, and maybe put an editor in there as well, because that's obviously what they used to create the game in the first place. That was quite good. What disappointed me, there's a couple of games that disappointed me this week. One was Subway Vigilante, because from the screenshots that game looked quite good. It looked like a game to maybe rival Target Renegade. But the levels were too long. You have to knock each enemy down 4 times for them to get back. It's just badly paced. And Joe Blade 2, I was hoping a bit better from that Amiga version from the Spectrum, but it's a game that really, I think, belongs in 8-bit land. A little bit lackluster, the two 16-bit conversions of Joe Blade, but if you like the Joe Blade original, I have to admit this, on the Spectrum, you probably like this as well, because the graphics is slightly enhanced. It's not pushing the Amiga a great deal, so it's slightly enhanced from that version before, so people would have liked that. just coming to it, I wanted a bit more from that. I think they could have done a bit better. But my favourite two games, really, if you're interested on those, was Batman on the Sega Mega Drive. There's a few Batman games there, which hopefully I'll come to those as well. But I did like that one. I didn't think the music quite fitted to the genre, but other people commented that it's one of their favourite soundtracks of all time, and they loved it. So there we go. There, and also Super Off-Road, which is a good isometric racer, which I've played on a few systems. ZX Spectrum was a little bit awkward because the cars are the same colour, but this one is really good. I've been told that this Super Nintendo version, which I played it on, is quite close to the arcade. So that is good to know. That is very, very good to know. And yeah, members of the channel will know, because the video goes up on Sunday, members of the channel will know that what videos are going up in the following week, and gives you access to the member section if you want to message me there, or you can do it through Twitter if you're not a member, then I'll get that if you're following me there. Click on the members button if you haven't already, or the join button, see what it's about. Doesn't commit you straight away, but it does help me a great deal to keep this thing going, and you know, the ideal aim at some stage, hopefully we'll get a breakthrough, it's slow going, it's tough going, is get this back to a full time. So my week off I've done quite a lot, but I've invented quite a few other jobs as well. The house needed a bit of a tidy, which I did, and it's gone really quick, and I think, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, but I've been working flat out non-stop, so I've been doing something, probably playing a little bit of catch up there. But yeah, there we go. So that's been me this week. Hopefully you've had a good week as well. So there have been 3 live streams, and hopefully they'll be 3 going forward, because the Blundering was just week 1. It's always a bit of a test at week 1, and people tended to, although there's fewer people in there, people tended to said that they enjoyed it and want to see a bit more, so we'll push forward, try and get out of the following divisions and get up. But it's going to be quite a tricky game, I think. It's going to test me, just one game for the whole stream, but the time goes really quick in those anyway. So yeah, I mentioned it briefly. A big thank you to the members, which is keeping this thing afloat. You really, really are. First tier starts at $1.99, which isn't much for the amount of stuff I put up. But if you won't miss it, and you think, and you know, you're not going to cause a problem, I'm really pleased if you donated that. But the video is always going to be free, so don't worry if you can't do. Easing stress is the main thing. And anyone on the second tier and above will get a shout out, where I can shout out your name, or if there's any sites that you want me to shout, or any projects you're doing, I can do that as well. And this is when I need to get my Twitter things. There's a few messages on Twitter, so I don't miss any out. Right, there we go, there we go, there we go. So, shout outs this time round go to Jason Smith. Thank you very much, sir. Glad to have you on board. Squidworth, Stuart Laycock and Greyhole too. Thank you guys. Natty Nicky there. I know a lot of you come into the live streams as well. I know you can't make all of them. I wouldn't expect you to, but I really appreciate it when you're there and you can have a bit of a chat, a bit of retro nonsense and dodgy gameplay, as we always say. Claire Johnson, thank you. James O'Grady, John Roby and Jeffrey Searby, thank you fellas. Steve Norman, now this is the first of the shout outs. Steve is a very, very busy fellow. Now he's got a blog, a really good blog, which is picking up in speed of retro gaming. I'll put up a link as well. It's called retroarcadia.blog. That's a really good name, isn't it? Retroarcadia.blog. It's all about retro gaming. Recently put up a blog about Submarine Commando on the VIC-20 system I'm a bit unfamiliar with, and that got quite a lot of traction. Gave him about 6,000 visits in a couple of weeks, which is pretty good going. Has recently done a review of wonderful Dizzy as well, one of the most recent Dizzy games. So check that one out. It's quite a professional, it's a very professional looking site, and I'm glad that's going great guns. So well done, Steve. Keep that going. Retroarcadia.blog. Great stuff, great stuff. Huge thanks as well to Lemmy Barnett. Steve Q, thank you very much, sir. I'm a great fan of yours. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Phil Hill, Rossi Bossy, who's working on his Formula 1 game. I haven't got anything to shout out about that at the moment, but I'm sure he'll message me if he wants me to do anything. Okay, good stuff. Really good project. I'm really looking forward to shouting that. If you follow me on Twitter, quite often I'll retweet any updates on his game there. So there we go. Thank you to Chono Baggy. I know you're a big commenter on the video, so thank you very much, sir. Thank you to Jason Holmes and Andrew Gibson. So thank you, fellas. And there's 5 of you on the top tier, so I'm always blown away by this, because this sort of thing makes a massive difference. Martin Rymel, thank you, sir. Richard Mitten, I know. Well, all of you hit the live streams there quite regularly. Tom, thank you. Graham Vebke, my friend from Australia. Always a bit tough, I know, for you to watch some of them because of the time zones differences. I don't know if my Sunday one would be more helpful for you, but thank you for your support. It's never underestimated, so thank you, all of you guys and girls. Thank you. And also as well, Julie Monkton has a lot of projects on the go. She's a bit of a workaholic like me, I sense. Lots of websites, and this time we got a different one to shout out. So I'll put another link up. Get your eyes onto this one. Check it out. It's juliemonkton.weebly.com. So all the sites are generally on weebly.com, I think. So it's juliemonkton at weebly.com. Now I've got a few things to say about this, so let's go here so I don't miss anything out. Now this is brand new. It features photographic projects using photos from the live streams that I put up there. So that sounds interesting already. It's called The Magical Everyday World of Julie Christina. The particular photographic project she's doing this on is called A Shift in Focus, because what basically happens is it's like a crystal ball or some kind of crystal object put in front of the live stream, the computer screen, and it generates all these wonderful colours, de-stressing colours, and it's just relaxing, really. It's really nice to see. Let's see what else she says about it. Also as well, it's a bit twofold here. Basically, it's photographic projects that Julie started back in 2009 to improve her own mental health there. There we go. What else can we say about that? Yeah, so she says a lot of the photographic features everyday objects, proving that people don't need to go to exotic locations to be artistic. And all how that, there's always a lot of material around you there. Yeah, and let's have a look then. They've been used as backgrounds by a few people in calendars and unofficial jigsaws. Well, that's pretty good going, isn't it? Brilliant, brilliant stuff. So yeah, that's juliemonkton.weebly.com. So have a look at that one. It does sound darned exciting, even if I say so myself. So yeah, I prefer going outside doing these walks and editing them together. That's a bit more creative than me sitting here, but I hope you understand it's a safe thing to do to avoid potential fines, because you know, like a 16-year-old boy, I can understand him getting a £200 fine after being warned by the police not to do that, and he'd done it anyway. His parents got fined. I'd like to be in the room where that conversation happened, but I don't want to be in the same category as that doofus. Stay safe, be sensible, wash your hands, and try and stay happy. I'll try my best as well. I know we will come together in the streams, but the comments, I try and answer as many as I can in the comment section as well. So thanks for watching the videos. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you can become a member, not compulsory, and you haven't already, that would help as well. It continue and develop. But we got the monitor. I've had a haircut. I'm going to order a joystick now, so it's gradually getting better, and I'm sure all the way through 2021 we'll be okay, won't we? So till next time, take great care of yourself. Have a wonderful weekend. There will be videos going up at the weekend as well, about 4 in total, as usual. Till next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, E.
And Jenkin.